Hello student, this is BB Biswas. Let's study diabetes. Diabetes, also known as diabetes mellitus, is a disease when blood glucose or sugar, we commonly call, is too high, maybe 200 milligram per 100 ml of blood. Blood glucose is main source of energy and comes from food we eat. When we eat food, the glucose level, or we also say sugar level, increases in blood. Insulin, a hormone made by beta cells of pancreas, helps glucose from blood get into cells to be used for energy. Sometimes our body does not make enough or any insulin, or does not use insulin well. That means the cells become resistant to insulin. Glucose then stays in blood and does not enter into cells. This increased sugar level called hyperglycemia. High level of sugar in blood is known as hyperglycemia. Having too much of glucose in blood over time causes serious health problems. We can take steps to manage our diabetes and stay healthy. We can diagnose diabetes by testing the level of sugar in blood. So we can test the sugar level in blood by these three methods. One is random blood sugar test. A blood sample is taken at a random regardless of when we last ate. Blood sugar level of 200 milligram per 100 ml suggests diabetes. The second method is fasting blood sugar test. A blood sample will be taken after an overnight fast. Sugar level less than 100 milligram per 100 ml of blood is normal, and equal to 100 to 125 milligram of sugar per 100 ml of blood indicates pre-diabetes, and equal to or more than 120 milligram of sugar or glucose per 100 ml of blood indicates diabetes. So this is under fasting condition, and this is random. If we randomly test sugar level, if it is more than 200 milligram per 100 ml of blood, then it is diabetes. But after fasting overnight, if the sugar level is more than 126 milligram per 100 ml blood, then it is diabetes. Then there is another method, that is oral glucose tolerance test. For this test, you fast overnight, then you are given glucose syrup to drink, then blood glucose level is tested after 2 hours. Blood sugar level less than 140 milligram per 100 ml of blood is normal. Okay, and equal to 141 to 199 milligram of glucose per 100 ml of blood indicates pre-diabetes. And similarly, more than 200 milligram of glucose per 100 ml of blood indicates diabetes. That is, after overnight fast, then taking sugar syrup, and then after 2 hours waiting, the blood is tested, and if the sugar comes to be more than 200 milligram per 100 ml, then it indicates diabetes. Different types of diabetes. Most common type of diabetes are type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and gestational diabetes. Type 1 diabetes. In type 1 diabetes, our body does not make insulin. Our immune system attacks and destroys the beta cells in pancreas that make insulin, usually diagnosed in children and young adults. About 10% of cases of total diabetes are type 1 diabetes. So in these type 1 diabetes cases, it is that causes due to autoimmune disorder, uh, in which the insulin is not produced at all due to the destroying of the beta cells of the pancreas. And type 2 diabetes, in this type, our body does not make or use insulin well. Our body becomes, cells of our body becomes resistant to insulin. Our cells do not respond to insulin, and glucose cannot enter into cells. So in this the cells, in most cases, the cells become resistant to insulin, so the glucose cannot enter into the cells. And as the glucose cannot enter into the cells, more and more insulin is secreted, and maybe that insulin, the production of insulins may not be sufficient. And the type 2 diabetes mostly caused due to our lifestyle, and it is a lifestyle disease. It is a combination of both genetic and lifestyle disease, like eating unhealthy foods, or not uh, or not doing any exercise. Then the third type is called gestational diabetes. It occurs in some women during pregnancy. Most of time, this type of diabetes go away after the birth of the baby. Symptoms of diabetes. The following symptoms are seen in condition of diabetes. Polyuria. Patients have to do frequent urination. Volume of urine is increased, hence excessive loss of water. Glucose is also excreted with urine. Polyphagia. Patients feel more hungry. For glucose cannot be oxidized in cells, and glucose is excreted along with urine without being used. As cells and tissues need energy for various activities, patients feels hungry again and again. Polydipsia. Patients feel thirsty more frequently. Frequent urination leads to loss of water. Hence, the patient feels thirsty frequently. Dehydration. In the case of acute diabetes, a state of dehydration arises in the body because a lot of water get lost due to frequent urination. Fatigue. Due to unavailability of glucose to cells for production of energy, patients become fatigued. Weight loss. Patients lose weight due to use of fat and proteins for energy production and due to loss of glucose with urine and also mobilization of the glycogen stored in liver or muscles. Sores that do not heal. The ability of white blood cells to fight against infection decrease. The wound heals late. Swelling or edema. Sometimes swellings also occurs. Retinitis. Diabetes affect health and vision of the eyes. Bleeding may occur from blood vessels in the eyes. The vision becomes blurred. Causes of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, the immune system mistakenly attacks and destroys insulin producing beta cells in the pancreas. So it is an autoimmune disorder. Type 2 diabetes, the cause of the type 2 diabetes, it is a product of both genetic and lifestyle factors. Our cells become resistant to the action of insulin and pancreas is unable to make enough insulin to overcome this resistance. Lack of exercise and overweight contribute to type 2 diabetes. What are the risk factors that are associated with type 2 diabetes? Well, means in which cases the risk is increased for the type 2 diabetes. Weight. More fatty, more fatty tissue we have, more resistant our cells become to insulin. Family history. Family history. Risk increase if a parent or sibling has diabetes. Inactivity. Loss of less active we are, the greater our risk. Activity reduces weight and use of glucose as energy and makes cells more sensitive to insulin. High blood pressure increases the risk of diabetes. Blood pressure of more than 140/90 millimeter of Hg increases the risk of diabetes. Low level of HDL. HDL is high density lipoprotein. High density lipoprotein, which is also known as good cholesterol. So low level of HDL and high level of LDL. LDL means low density lipoprotein. Low density lipoprotein, which is known as bad cholesterol. Which is known as bad cholesterol. So low level of high density lipoprotein, that is good cholesterol, and high level of low density lipoprotein, that is bad cholesterol, and also the high level of triglyceride increases the risk of diabetes. If you have low level of HDL, high density lipoprotein, and high level of low density lipoprotein, that is bad cholesterol, and high level of triglycerides, then you have the more chances of getting diabetes. Age is also a factor. Risk increases as we get older. Uh, what is the cause of gestational diabetes? During pregnancy, gestational diabetes occurs during pregnancy of women. Okay, during pregnancy, hormones produced by placenta make cells more resistant to insulin. That's why cells cannot transport glucose from blood into the cells, and hence the blood glucose level increases. What are the risk factors that is associated with gestational diabetes? Means what are the factors that may increase the risk of getting gestational diabetes? This includes overweight and the age more than 25 years, and the woman having polycystic ovarian syndrome, polycystic ovarian syndrome, family history of type 2 diabetes. If anyone in the family, say parent or any sibling, have the type 2 diabetes, then that woman during pregnancy have more chances of getting gestational diabetes. What are the complications uh, that caused due to diabetes? Long term complications of diabetes develop gradually. This includes diabetes actually is like a slow poison. So various uh, 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 vari, various various serious health problems arise gradually due to diabetes, which includes cardiovascular diseases, includes heart attack, stroke, coronary artery disease, chest pain, narrowing of arteries known as atherosclerosis. Diabetes may cause nerve damage or brain damage. It also may cause kidney damage. So diabetes can lead to kidney failure, eye damage. Diabetes may cause cataracts, retina damage, and which may lead to blindness, food damage, sores don't heal, or which may take very long time or it may not heal at all. Hearing impairment, it may also cause diabetes may also called Alzheimer's disease. It may also cause depression, common in diabetes patient. Skin disease, due to diabetes, skin becomes more susceptible to bacterial and fungal infection, as diabetes also impact our immunity, so which uh, increase the risk of infection, and also uh, reduce the ability to heal any sores or any infection. How can we prevent diabetes? Type 1 diabetes cannot be cured, but healthy lifestyle helps to reduce the effects of diabetes. So type 1 diabetes cannot be cured, but its effect can be reduced. We can reduce how can we reduce the effect of diabetes? By eating healthy food. Eat food lower in fat and sugars or carbohydrate and higher in fibers. Focus on fruits and vegetables and whole grains. Proteins such as poultry and fishes. Healthy fat such as mustard oil, olive oil, or coconut oil. Nuts. Cut down saturated fat. Saturated fat are the oils which are solid at room temperature, such as animal fat. Animal fats are mostly saturated fat. Get more physical activity. Do about 30 minutes of moderate exercise, such as walking or cycling, or at least 150 minutes of exercise per week. Exercise makes cells sensitive to insulin. So cells become more sensitive to insulin. So it can, so the more glucose will enter into the cells in response to insulin. Lose body weight. 5 to 7% loss in body weight can make a difference in sugar level. Drink plenty of water. Manage stress. Get enough quality sleep for about 7 to 9 hours. All these, if you practice all these simple activities, then you can reduce or even prevent like type 2 diabetes. You can even prevent type 2 diabetes, or reverse the type 2 diabetes, if you just practice such lifestyle activities. But type 1 diabetes cannot be reversed. What are the treatment for diabetes? So for type 1 diabetes, insulin is the main treatment. As the life change in lifestyle or healthy lifestyle practice will not cure type 1 diabetes, but healthy practice can reduce the effect. But in type 1 diabetes, you have to take insulin. So insulin is the main treatment. Insulin is injected using needle and syringe. It cannot be taken orally, as digestive enzymes destroy it. In the case of type 2, diet and exercise can help some people to manage uh, type 2 diabetes. If it does not lower sugar, then medication is required in the case of type 2 diabetes. In the case of gestational diabetes, dietary changes and exercise may or may not be enough. So insulin may be required to be taken in the case of gestational diabetes. So in the case of gestational diabetes, in the case of gestational diabetes, diet and exercise may uh, may reduce the sugar level. If it doesn't, then insulin has to be taken. Insulin is safe for growing baby. Okay, thank you.